You just bought your first jaw jacker, you're not sure how to set it up, you are in the right place. I'm going to show you step by step how to get the jaw jacker set up so you can get into fishing. Let's start off with what you're going to need. So you're going to need three things. You're going to need 1, your jaw jacker, 2, your fishing rod, and 3, some sort of bait. Not live bait, because if it's too lively, it's going to set the jaw jacker off. Today I'm going to be using night crawlers. You can also use some sort of dead bait. All right, so let's get into it. The first thing you're going to see when you open a jaw jacker package is this little plastic loop. This is probably the most important part. So what you're going to do here is you're going to get that loop and you're going to put it through the top eyelid of your rod on the right side. They say specifically the right side, so it's better off to do so. Right, so you put that part there. Push that metal part through the loop that you just made and pull it tight. You're going to have a second loop now, which is actually the part that's going to attach to the jaw jacker. Next thing you're going to want to do, so while you're working on it, it actually stays stable, is pull out the legs. These have picks. That's just to keep it stable. All right, so now we're going to place it down, and I'm going to walk you through the rest of the steps. Probably easiest to put the bait on now, so we're not worrying about that after. So I'm just using a tiny jig head. I'm going to be using some night crawlers. This is super important. When you're putting on your bait onto your jig head, you do not want a huge piece. The reason being, if a fish grabs onto, say, the tail, if you have a tail on your live bait, it's just going to pull it right off. It's going to set the jaw jacker off, but it's not going to catch the fish. So if you see that there, I've got a very small piece of worm. That we have that worm there onto that jig, no tail. We have our rod ready. Drag is pretty loose. We are going to set the rod into the holder. Here you can choose the angle at which your rod sits at. So if you pull out this pin here, you can angle it further up. I like to have it lower. Right at that middle one should be good. Should be. All right. The slider here. So this pin adjusts the slider. Basically, the further you go forward, the less bend you'll have. If you bring it all the way back, you will have a ton of bend. So I'm going to run it right in the middle. I've used it on 4 beforehand, so I know that works. And you just plug that back in. And now the most important part is actually setting the rod onto the trigger. So we're going to be using that little plastic piece we had before. So you pull your rod down, you get your loop, get your line out of the way, and you pull that up. When that is up, you put your loop around that. Pull this downwards. Now you have to be careful because it is active. You're just going to pull that up like that. Getting your line now, you're going to run it right through there. And now your jaw jacker is set. So now that it is completely set up, to show you how it works, is your line is resting through that top part there. And if a fish comes along and bites, your line will pull down on that. It'll set itself. Simple as that. Very effective. Hopefully we can get onto some fish today so I can show you. If you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button. More videos coming soon. Check out all my other socials, and I will be dropping anything I used today in the description below.